West Ham Fan TV outside the London Stadium here with Scott and Graham after not so thrilling 1-0 victory, but a needed win to top the group. What do you make of that one, boys?
Weren't the most exciting of games, was it? To be honest,
It was a bit of a slog, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. To be honest, it was. We were never in trouble, but I know Ariola had to make a couple of saves. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, it was all very pedestrian.
Yeah.
But, you know, we won the game comfortably without really having to do anything. It felt like a training game.
Yeah. I feel like the thing is with the players, they knew we'd qualified. And we just needed a point, so I don't think that intensity was going to be there. We created chances, and I felt even more so once we got that goal, the penalty, which we'll talk about. We sort of relaxed even more, you know. In there.
We were never in doubt the whole game.
No.
You know, it was they were here for the occasion. They didn't really. That first half, they barely troubled us at all, did they?
They were neat and tidy on the ball, without really going anywhere with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They did absolutely nothing. They were. I thought Anderlecht were bad, but they were awful, absolutely awful. It's just worrying. Look, we were never in doubt. We was always going to win that game, and I think if we had to up the levels, we could have upped the levels, but we didn't need to. But to rely on a dodgy penalty
And it was
to get
dodgy.
the win,
And
it
was
just frustrates me because the crowd. Weren't many people here tonight. Let's be honest. The ones that were here did make a bit of noise, but give us something to support. It's hard because it was a laboured performance. Look, it's job done. I ain't complaining about 1-0 win, clean sheet, job's done, top of the group, perfect. Missed that next round, but give us something to cheer about.
And that's the thing. I feel like the players that aren't in the side every week for the Premier League, this is their chance to really go for it and really impress because they're not going to get many chances. Although I will say, obviously, Aguerd. I can't fault him.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good
it's
game.
I mean, the
fantastic.
thing is, he's not going to have many easier games than that. But saying that, what he did very well.
It
And
was
he
all about fitness for him, really.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we knew we'd bought him so we could start playing that from the back, and he was very tidy on the ball, very composed.
Yeah.
So,
That's it. Coventry, I thought, had a decent game. He didn't set the world alight, but what he did do, he did well.
Look,
he did his job well.
He did what was asked of him, and that's all you can ask.
Scott, you don't look convinced.
No, you are right. He done what he was asked. There was no real standout performance. It was great to see Aguerd on the pitch. After picking up that injury, it was good to see him back. Good fitness for him. Good fitness again for Ogbonna. But I'm with you. There were certain players out there that needed to take the game by the scruff of the neck to sort of try
Antonio.
to try and
That
get themselves
was it.
back into the starting lineup in the Premier League, and they failed to do so. Lanzini, was average. Antonio was poor at times. After time he didn't want to run.
Well, some of the time he weren't even looking at the ball. Like some of the players passed through, and he's.
So I mean, and this is the thing. Look, like I said, it was. We didn't need to win tonight, and I think that showed in the way the performance was.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a professional performance.
Yeah, of course it was.
They did what was asked of them. That's all you can.
Yeah,
as a professional footballer.
Yep.
That's all.
You won the game. You got a clean sheet, so we can't complain. But
Scott, you was umming and ahhing over the substitutions at the time. I'm going to grass you up. But bringing on obviously some of the heavy hitters, the Declan Rices later on, the Skamakas.
look, I get giving players minutes so they don't get cold and all that. But what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It was job done. We were never if we had conceded, we probably wouldn't have lost. But we were never going to lose that. You don't need to be bringing Rice on for 10 minutes, Souček on for 10 minutes. If these are the players you're looking to start, leave them out. It's silly little substitutions like that. You get injuries.
It takes a second to pick up an injury.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That just annoyed me a little bit.
Let Coventry have a full 90.
Yeah.
Let him try and have as much minutes as you can afford to give him to get a feel for this team and see if he can fight his way into the Moyes' plans.
That's it. Look, I'm normally the positive one out of all of us. I'm being more negative that we've won 1-0. It ain't good, but as I said, for me, it's just a manner. We didn't really create enough in open play. We didn't force the keeper into too many saves, and at the quality of that side, we should be even putting our B team out. We should be forcing more from their goalkeeper and their back line.
Yeah, we had a lot of shots, but hardly any on target.
I mean, the ones he did save, it was an outstretched leg, or there was nothing.
Yeah,
So a lot of them
nothing
straight
that
into his
scrab-
hands.
Yeah,
wasn't
nothing.
it?
Well,
Where
the
we
Ben-
had him
the Ben-
scrabbling across the goal or anything like
The
that.
Ben Rama chance in the first half where he opens up, shoots, plays it straight to keeper. He might as well just back pass it to him.
Yeah.
It's things like that. It's just frustrating. I'm just frustrated that we didn't make easy work of that.
But talking about saves, I'll quickly just mention Areola again. Made another really good save in that game,
He
and
made a couple. He made one down low, the one he tipped over.
it's looking like the future's bright in the goalkeeping department for us. And once he gets his start in the Premier League and that transition happens, I'm confident he's going to be top quality for us. So
Yeah, definitely.
He'll be within, maybe even before the end of this season. Maybe even before the end of this season, he'll be number one.
So quickly before, as Dom's got to go get his train, otherwise he'll be keeping around one of ours. Looking forward to the next rounds and that. I mean, how are you feeling? You start to feel confident that we can really sort of go far in this competition?
Yeah, I mean, when we were talking earlier, weren't we? It looks like there's going to be some big teams dropping out of the Europa. So I don't think it'll be the walk in the park. A lot of people.
We faced Sevilla, Lyon, and last season.
Yeah, I know we shouldn't. We shouldn't fear anybody, but I don't.
It's not going to be
as easy as a lot of people think.
It's not going to be as easy as it has been. We're not going to.
Look, we know that. We're not silly. Look, there's some decent sides dropping down. There's some decent sides still in this. Villarreal. Looks like Roma could possibly drop down.
Won tonight.
Did they win tonight? Oh, that's all right then. So they shouldn't drop down then. Fiorentina, they're a tough side to beat as well. They're still going to be in it. So there's a few good sides. Look, we're one of the favourites. On paper, we are probably second favourites in my opinion. But we need to keep performing. And we need to up the levels. Look, it's good having that extra break. It's good now we go away to Bucharest. We haven't got to win anything in the game. There's no pressure. The couple of youngsters probably get a run out. More, Aguero to get more game time, Ogbonna more game time. So there's positives to be used out there.
Yeah.
But now it's just roll on Sunday. Try and go at United, get something up there.
The good thing about tonight, I was saying it was a pedestrian point. It's another win, and wins breed confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's another win, back-to-back clean sheets as well. 2 home games, 2-0, 1-0. You can't moan about that. And
now, beside a dead rubber against Bucharest next week, no game until March. So happy days.
Which is what we wanted. We didn't really want the extra 2 games.
No.
So job done.
Can't say it better than that. So,
exactly.
I guess, listen, we'll wrap it up there. Let Dom go and catch his train and Marshy. So, big thanks to these lads. Marshy's the light man and Dom's the cameraman. All right, well, on that note, one thing left to say.
Come on, you irons.